everybody. I'm back, Bobby, with another tip from Results Only TV. And the tip I want to do today is that somebody sent in an email the other day, or maybe it was a client who said, Bobby, if I'm only going to do one thing, what am I going to do? Well, it's pretty simple. I would tell people if you're going to do one thing, you're going to jump rope. Now, if you're in the early stages of a fitness program, this might be a little bit too challenging for you. But if you've been doing fitness, for any length of time, you should be able to jump rope. Now, 9 times out of 10, when people walk into my gym the first time, I have to ask them if the last time that they jump roped was the 2nd grade, and 9 times out of 10, they say yes. So I need to reteach them. So I thought, what the heck, I might as well teach you guys too. And there's a couple key components to jumping rope that you should be aware of. Whenever you're going to jump rope, you got to kind of start with the right jump rope. So if you were to put your feet together and you would be able to pull the handles up to your armpits, then you have the right size jump rope. So obviously, if I was shorter and it was going up to my shoulders, that wouldn't work. And if I was taller and it was only staying in my mid-rib cage, you're not going to be able to jump. The second tip that I always give people is that if you're going to jump rope, this is as high as you need to jump. Because 9 times out of 10, people who jump really high in the air, and they wonder why they get so tired and so gassed. Well, the reason is they're jumping too high in the air. So the next thing I always try and tell people is that if you can keep your elbows close to your body, your hands in nice and tight, and you have good posture, if you look down at my feet, you can see there's plenty of rope to, with some wiggle room. If I move my hands out, the likelihood of me hitting my shins are pretty good. So I can make sure that I'm not going to get tripped up as often as long as I keep my hands close to my body. So now the next thing is people want to know about tricks and jumping and doing all sorts of stuff like that. And I say, well, hang on, let's just get the basics first. Your basics come from your wrists, and if you notice, good jump ropers, the only thing they're doing is they're moving their wrists. They're not moving their arms, and they're not moving up and down. They keep the move as simple as possible, which is why good jump ropers can make sure that as they're jumping, they're not expending as much energy, which is making them to last longer, which is increasing the conditioning aspect of jumping rope. So as we get started, the other thing you have to know is that you're going to screw up. Every person, good, bad, or indifferent, is going to trip up from time to time. It's part of the deal. The thing is to just kind of get right back on the horse and start jumping. So as I start going, I'm going to get my wrist going, and as I get my wrist going, I'm going to throw the rope over in front of me. And when I do that, it's going to hit the ground about 6 inches in front of my toes. I'm going to jump right before it does, and then it's going to clear underneath me, and then I'm just going to keep going nice and easy. I'm also going to hold the jump rope with a nice light grip. So if I start jumping rope like so, you're going to see that I'm not really working all that hard, as opposed to people who jump like this, and then they get exhausted very quickly. Now, people always ask, all right, well, this can get boring after a while. And I say, well, yeah, maybe. So why not start jumping on one foot, or start jumping on the other foot? And as you start jumping, you can start going back and forth, and then the next thing you know, you're doing 2 and 2 and 2 and 2, and then you're looking like a boxer, because you can speed up because your rhythm gets under control. And then you can start jogging. And as you start jogging, the rope starts moving quicker. So there you have it. There's a couple tips to doing jump rope to make your life, a little bit easier to get your conditioning in. Do it for 30 seconds at a time, take a minute off, do it for 30 seconds again, and then, you'll see you have a very quick 10-minute routine. Take jump rope, put it in between push-ups and squats. You've got some upper body, some lower body, and some conditioning. There you have it. Jump roping in a flash, something easy for you to use at home. See you next time.